Barbershop Talk. Donovan Bailey back at you with Bud Whitehorn as well. We're here to represent our community. Thank you for tuning in. We have Solomon Antoine, did I pronounce that right, with us today. We're going to get into it thick with him in a minute. But we wanted to welcome everybody and let you know that this is Barbershop Talk.
Welcome, welcome.
We are about our community. We all do better when we all do better, and that's the whole goal of this show and what we're doing here and all the things that we're beginning to do is to make all of our community better. We are about the African American community, the at-risk community, the minority community, the urban community, but most of all, we're about the whole community. Again, when we all do better, we all do better, and that's what we're here about today. Just to get you uptick on some things, and I forgot to say happy post-MLK Day, happy snow day, happy negative 80-degree day. It's just a fun time in southern Minnesota. But I wanted to get you caught up on some things. Guests in the future. 2-3 we have, and that's next Saturday, we have Dr. Reba Peoples from Amara Health and Wellness. We'll get into some good stuff there. Talk about mental health in the urban community, African American community. That will be good. This sister is deep. She's good. She's awesome. So that'll be a good look at. And then we have Daniel Teal on 2-9. She is with the Cake Organization. She's a fun gal, does some great stuff here in South Minnesota, so that'll be fun with her. And then next month, or actually in March, we have Dr. Boyd from RCTC. We want to welcome him. I think he's been here, what, a year or something like that? Yeah. But this will be his first on Barbershop Talk, so we want to welcome him. So he'll be here mid-March. Also, I want to note that we have our new magazine out. It's here to stay, hopefully. But it is an amalgamation of all we do, just a hard copy of what we do on our show to get it to you. Has some good articles in there. And also, as we are a community, if you're interested in joining us, helping us out in this grassroots movement, come on out, talk to us. We'll get you in the magazine. But I want to note that is out now, our January issue. This will be quarterly, so it'll be out. And then we also have our social media, Facebook, Instagram. There's another one. Twitter. And we're learning how to do that stuff too. Never had to do it. You young folks don't have to teach stuff either. But we do have that stuff on our website. It's coming out. So welcome again. But all that information, just so you know, check our Facebook business site. We have everything on there for you to get going. So again, we have Solomon Wilcox and Solomon. As we get going, we deal with elephants in the room here, right? Yeah. In the barbershop, bro, there ain't no elephants in the room, right?
That's right.
So we take time to hit on some topics and talk about some things that are relevant to our community, to our nation. I wanted to talk about Mr. James Harden, right? He's scoring like, what, 100 points a game? Like, something like that? Right, something like that. I want to know, is this dude all hype or is he as good as some people are saying? I'll let you know right now. No, I don't think so. I think he's obviously good.
Yeah. I'm gonna let you go ahead.
I was gonna say, yeah, in my opinion, I mean, the man is amazing during the regular season. Like, he goes off with these type of numbers, and
right.
So, I mean, I don't think it's all hype. I think he's actually like, I think he's the real truth during the regular season. When it comes playoff time, that's when everything falls apart.
That's real tough.
That's the real James Harden right there. People are like, oh, where's this at? Where was he at? Like,
right
in the playoffs. So
good.
Well, to me, I think you can't deny that he is good. The guy's good, man. Come on, man. I'm a fan of basketball.
All right.
You got to give him something. You got to give him that. He's good.
Okay.
Do we have the mental toughness of a Jordan, Kobe, LeBron? No.
Right.
We don't have the mental toughness, but he's good, man. You got to give him his credit, man. They say he traveled a little bit, but Mike did a little traveling himself. And I'm a Jordan head, you know. So, I mean, but you got to give him his credit, man.
Okay, check this out. One game, I put this graphic up here, and it's harder for our people to see, but Klay Thompson scored 44 points in one game, all off of assists. James Harden had one of his historic games. He scored 37 points, no assists. This brother is coming straight down the court, hood, and just going straight at it.
So do you think that defines a player? Because Michael Jordan had 55 2 assists.
Oh, now see, now he's calling me out.
I'm just saying. So
that's true. That's true. That's true.
Do that define a player? I mean, to me, you got to give him the skills. You know.
I'm gonna give him some of this when he comes through the middle.
Yeah, well,
Bam,
you know, this ain't the age.
Yeah.
Oh,
this ain't
you already
the
know.
age.
You already know he's on the free
This
throw line with his 20 free throws.
Oh, that's right. He does.
That's the one thing
I
I really dislike about his game. He's always going to the free throw line. He'll draw fouls, flop like that. So
he does. Okay, all right, man. He come out with some numbers.
Well, you know, we gotta get credit
from
with credit
Stocktown.
due.
He knows Jordan.
Hey man, we gotta get credit with credit to do, man.
Okay, next one, Super Bowl. I'm not so happy about the Super Bowl. What you got? Who you guys got?
I got New England.
New England.
LA, man.
Look at that.
I gotta go with LA, man. You know the Rams. They was counted out, man. They got moved from one city to the next, man.
Right.
New franchise.
I'm not even sure.
I'm going with the underdog, man.
I'm not even sure they're supposed to be there. Though, to be honest.
I mean, I'm
yeah.
kind of agreeing with you on that, cause you know they didn't see my Bears, you know,
Right.
and my Bears would
got there.
have had that one kick, man. You know, they definitely would have made it.
Hey, the Bears
They
should let
wouldn't
the
have been on
Vikings
this
beat
call.
them though. The Bears should let the Vikings beat
No, it
them.
wasn't the
so-
Vikings.
No, I'm saying though, like
They
even
should've.
in the regular season, you remember the last
Yeah, I
game,
know,
the Bears
I
should
know.
let the Vikings win,
I
so
don't
that
think-
the Bears would have killed them in the playoffs.
Yeah,
They
I
would have
know.
been playing.
There we go. All right.
I know, man, but you know,
I got the Patriots, man.
You got
Just
the
because
Patriots.
I'm depressed that they're even there. So well, just give it to them.
I'm not really mad if they win because I like the old guy. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? The old guy. I'm a fan of the old guy. I really like New Orleans, man. That was my second team, man.
Right.
I wish that they beat the Rams so they could go get it to Tom Brady, man. But I wouldn't be mad to see him win, man.
Right.
Another one. But I'd rather go ahead and see these young guns get up and get it, man.
I would rather see the Rams win.
Yeah.
You just know the Patriots.
Yeah, and we won't even talk about the entertainment this year. But yeah. And no diss to those who love what we'll be doing, entertainment through the Super Bowl. Naomi Osaka, right? It's all sports here. We get into the elephant in the room. If you happen to be up at 3:30 a.m. last night, like I was watching it, and I was up that early.
I didn't see the game.
I don't know why, but I was watching it. But she won the Australian Open last
Yeah.
night. Great champion.
Yeah.
She faced Serena Williams in June at the U.S. Open.
U.S. Open should be yeah.
And so great
September.
champion, but again an issue comes out about her that's bigger than sports, and that is colorism.
Yeah.
She's angry or disappointed that she's being more, if I read the articles right, known for her Japanese side and less of her Haitian side.
Right.
And if you remember the Serena Williams caricature, where Serena Williams looked like a very racist caricature, as opposed to her very, very nice caricature. But it brings up the issue of colorism. And my question to you in this community and throughout our nation, does that still exist? The lighter you are, the better you are, all that type of thing. And it even goes into some of this stuff when we talk about where you work, or if you're from the hood or not the hood, you work at Mayo, or you work at, I don't know, McDonald's. Does that divide still exist? And you're a young brother, so you gotta let us know, man. You gotta keep that.
Different zone aspect.
I believe it. I mean, it's there. But I mean, if you're gonna continue to I know today's world, they like to victimize a few things. That's the one thing I want to stay away from there. But it's still there. I think the reason why it's there is because a lot of people are conditioned to think that way.
Right.
Light is better.
Right.
Scrutinize black people. So I mean, it's still there, but over time, I really think it'll kind of go away. But we can't be so stuck on it every day talking about it, because that won't allow it to go away.
Is it still big in the African American community? Because I know it was when I was growing up.
Oh, yeah,
It went in that wave. Like in the '80s, my skin color wasn't that good. '90s, it was a resurgent. Back to Africa. Boy, I was looking good.
We had Wesley Snipes, man.
Exactly.
Max brought dark back to
exactly.
Brought that dark gable back to the front line, man. But yeah, you're right. The '80s was big for the lighter colors, man. I think it's always gonna be something.
Right.
The lighter skin,
Right.
Sometimes, unfortunately, the truth is, even in corporate America, sometimes that lighter skin can open up a lot of doors.
Right.
That darker skin, and it's the ugly truth.
how do we, and like since we like to deal with, how do you deal with that? Is your solution not to talk about it, or
not exactly that? I mean, I actually heard something in the news recently. Rwanda actually recently banned, I think, skin bleaching or something like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's I mean, I learned it on Facebook, so it's not 100% accurate, but I think, I mean, steps like that to where like
right.
you should be worried about yourself. You should be, should be happy with who you are and not trying to change.
There we go. There we go.
That's what I like to see. I don't want to ignore it completely because there's a problem. We can't avoid the problem. We got to acknowledge it, but we can't get stuck on that problem.
Absolutely, absolutely. That's a big issue, and I know it's an elephant in the room. I know when a girl like that walks in the room, and even when we see her on TV, our community and other communities, okay, where is she from? Who's her mama and who's her daddy? And obviously it got out in the media, and someone took advantage of it, and exploited it big time. Yeah. Well, we have Solomon Anton here from, he's the co-founder of FAVR. FAVR.
Yeah, that's the word.
One of my favorite athletes is Brett Favre, so
yeah.
Sorry for me leaning toward the
yeah.
FAVR. Tell us about FAVR, man.
Yeah.
What is that all about?
So FAVR is a kind of a peer-to-peer platform for customers to request like jobs like snow removal, lawn care, those inconvenient everyday jobs at their own set price, while having somebody in the community complete that job for them.
Okay.
It's currently in that gig economy. The Ubers, the Lyfts, the TaskRabbits. That's kind of the market we're trying to capture. But what I like about it though is we actually tested it out and we see that like people, they don't like to go out and shovel the snow. They'd rather, they say, okay, I got $20, somebody come do this for me. I'm gonna go chill in my house. I'm gonna drink some hot chocolate, watch some TV. And so that's kind of what FAVR's whole purpose was. But we also have a few side things like we have like this friends feature where you can have friends on FAVR where you can trade favors instead of actual money and currency. So
dude, this is about to
say you have one favor, right?
Yeah, that's good,
I do you one favor, now I owe you one in the future, and we track all of that within FAVR. And then another feature is peer-to-peer payments. Cash App or Venmo. We're going to soon implement that as well. So that's kind of
legit. So I'm sitting in the crib, right? I don't want to go out and get some snow. I can go click FAVR, and then I can hit you up on an app or something like that.
Yeah. So you like specify your job. You'll say, okay, I need snow removal. Like it's part of the snow removal category. You say, okay, well, if you don't have a shovel, or if you do have a shovel, you can say, oh, I already have a shovel.
Right.
Don't worry about it. So you say, you post that request onto a marketplace, and then you got a whole bunch of freelancers, the young bucks like me, like 18, 19, they're like, oh, that's a good job right there. They'll say, okay, I'll accept this job. You'll see their profile. You look at their profile and see, okay, are they qualified to do my job, or do this job?
Right.
Do they have a 5-star rating? Do they have good reviews? If they don't, you can say, I don't want them. If they do, you can accept them, and then the next steps would be they arrive, they actually complete that task that you asked for, and then after that, they'll say, okay, well, I'm done with this job, and you'll see that notification. You'll be like, okay, well, if they did a good job, I'll rate them, I'll review them, I'd say, okay, well, that's my job.
So
it's done.
Explain the favor to favor thing. This is what I want to know.
The favor thing?
Yeah,
so that was
give an example.
Right. Okay, so it was actually founded, I'll like give a backstory on it. So it wasn't an initial idea of favor. It was actually one of the CTOs, his name Rama. He was the one that kind of implemented that idea, and he was like, oh, well, we should add this in. I was like, okay, well, I'm completely open to that. So him and I were testing it out. We were trying to see what real world scenario would there be for it. So his was kind of, okay, well, I need somebody to go pick up my books from the dorm or something like that. I'm gonna request that favor real quick, ask a friend. The friends will see that notification, like, oh, I'm already at the dorm. I can go pick up that book for him right now. And so except it's kind of that same process of things, but it's just with the friends. Like if you're actually friends with the favor, you can actually trade those tasks.
So you would accept the favor, but then how would you offer your favor?
How would you? Well, there's also, so with the friends feature, there's like a direct option where you can directly ask that specific friend a favor. So if they owe you a favor, you can be like, okay, well, I'm gonna ask this person because they aren't owing me one. So I'm gonna ask them a favor. They can do it. They'll do it, but if they can't do it for right now, they might have to deny and say, okay, I can't do it.
Cool, man.
Yeah, it wasn't. The idea didn't originate with me, so I'm not 100%
Yeah, I got it. I got
with
it.
it, but that's kind of my
concept
idea.
of it. Yeah, I got it, man. That's cool, man.
And I was thinking of the next greatest idea so I can become a billionaire. I guess you got it.
We're still testing it out, man. I mean, we just actually launched the app to the test group. About 10 users, 10 customers, 10 freelancers who will complete the job, and 10 customers who request jobs. Right now, it's been kind of dry for right now.
Okay.
But with more snow to come, I believe that they're gonna start requesting some jobs. Yeah. So they have $50 in credit on the app too. So they're not spending any money right now because it's part of that test group. So.
So hey, favor. Y'all gonna say Brett Favre, the greatest quarterback ever. Favor, y'all, favor. Remember that. So you have like 5 or 6 other brothers, young men that are
So
if you would name who they are, if they're okay with that, and how they get in there.
So we got D'Angelo Tynes. He's like our marketing communications guy. I've known him all throughout high school. He's 2 years older than me, but he was there from the beginning with Favor. I had the idea of Favor back in my senior year in high school when I wanted to be Uber driver when I turned 18. They said, "Oh, you're too young," and so that's that's the idea of Favor. That's where it's kind of born. And so I told that to D'Angelo. He was like, "Oh, well, that's pretty cool." So that's how he got on. Then we got my boy Ken Wen. That's my best friend. That's been my best friend throughout high school. He's the same age as me. He's responsible for the customer relations and the operations, make sure the business flow is correct. So he's been on since the beginning. And then we got Panorama. He's the one that came up with that favor idea. But he came on board about March, I think. When he saw that we were on the news, he was like, "Oh snap, this is serious." So that's when he wanted to come on, and he built out our alpha version of the app.
Okay.
Yeah, it was incredible what he did. So that's those 4 guys. Then we got 2 other guys. We have like Matthew Thompson. I've known him throughout high school. He's our CFO. He's like a national guard person, so he's in and out. Then we have Phil Stubbs. I met him at Startup Weekend. He's another developer, coder. And then we have 6 other pending guys that are going to be coming like the spring of 2019. So
that's
good
up
to 12,
man.
About 11, 12 people.
So this all came from, dude, I can't do Uber, this stuff, and then it just...
That's kind of how it was born, yeah.
Really?
Yeah. You can pinpoint it back to that.
So how can, you're starting business, blah, 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 how can the community jump in and help you? How can they get involved, all that?
So, I've actually gotten a lot of assistance throughout the community. Rochester isn't really known for its entrepreneur community because, we have Mayo Clinic.
That's it.
All medical, right?
Right.
There's actually a few places downtown that, were crucial for our growth. One of them was Collider Co-working, if you guys ever heard of that. It's like a co-working space in the middle of Rochester. And that's kind of where entrepreneurs bounce ideas off of each other. So they were
I have heard of that, yeah.
They were critical piece in assisting our growth. And we have Area 10 Labs who, a few guys that offered, free work. They actually made our logo as well for free. So we've gotten a lot of assistance throughout the community. But I think what I would actually ask from now, from this standpoint today, would be just start requesting jobs. If you can think of any job you need that you might want to do on Favor or ask on Favor, go ahead and ask away.
So is there any job that you won't touch? This is what I want. Is there any job that you won't do? Somebody call in and say, "You know what? I got a whole lot of dog poop in the backyard, man."
Well, that's the thing about it. The freelancers, they can choose what jobs they want to accept. So it's all freedom of choice. We're kind
always
of
ask. Yeah, you can always ask.
Exactly. If you don't get a response, we have a notification system set up. Like, okay, well, people aren't responding to it. You might want to change the price. You might want to change the actual job description or something. So, it's really free and independent.
Cool. So have you tapped into giving this mail, right? And a whole bunch of people come here to live for 2 months, 3 months, a year. Have you tapped into that community? Because I know there's a lot of those folks.
Yeah.
They don't know where to go. They need a little bit of this happen, whatever. Have you tapped into that?
We haven't focused on that yet. And that's actually
that might blow up for you. Those folks, and as soon as they get off the plane, they can hook up with you.
Yeah, that would be real big. To be honest, I personally haven't thought about that. So,
right.
I'll probably talk to D'Angelo about that idea. Like,
Yeah, it might be a good idea. I would assume it because man, they're everywhere.
Yeah, they are really.
Good idea, man. Well, certainly we'll get your name out here. So, brother, you know what? We have a lot of people on the show, right?
Yeah.
We haven't had a fine young man such as yourself. You're about 18, 19, right?
Yeah.
And you've been here all your life, right?
Yeah.
How is it? I don't even know how to say it. Because we talk about a lot of minority issues.
Yes.
Like we just did. Being a younger person, and I hear this all the time. You guys, are you guys Generation X, Generation Y, C, B, A?
I'm after the millennials, technically.
Oh, really?
That's what I know, yeah.
Oh, you're the scary one. Y'all know everything and how to work all the computer
Yeah,
apps
basically,
and
yeah.
algorithms and all that stuff.
So that's what it's called, Generation Z.
Yeah, I think it's Gen Z years. Yeah.
Okay.
How do you guys look at racism? Because sometimes I think, you know what, us old people, did I just say that? I think I did say that. That's
What it is.
Dang. Do we look at it differently, or do you guys see a different world coming up?
I see a different world coming up, to be honest.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I'm seeing progress, and I'm happy about that. And it's just the idea that I was touching on a bit earlier, though, is it's progressing, but we also can't be stuck on that.
Right.
Stuck on the issue. We can acknowledge that issue, but just don't get stuck on it. So,
Right.
Yeah, I mean, it's progressing. It wasn't as bad as before.
Right,
Thank you for
so-
being that way. Yeah.
So do we need to get more of you young fellas, young ladies, in these positions of leadership? Because I guess us older folks are still stuck on this. And maybe we have our PTSD going on.
Yeah,
So we
yeah.
always see it, or we think we see it.
Yeah. I mean, I might see it, sometimes.
Right.
But
How do you address it?
How do I address it? I don't let it break me.
Right.
I look at it, I'm like, okay, well, we want it.
So you don't address it?
Huh?
You address it by...
Well, I'll acknowledge it. I'll
Okay.
look at it. I'll see it. I'm like, okay, all right, cool. But I won't trip about it. I won't victimize myself. I'm gonna keep going because you're not gonna break me.
Right.
Okay.
That's kind of how I look.
So you guys don't ignore it, but you support it.
Yeah.
It's just an obstacle you get beyond. You don't stop and pull up picks.
Yeah, and that's not always the case. Some people are a bit different. So if they see it, they might want to fight. They might bring up a fight, or they might victimize themselves sometimes. But yeah, that's just kind of my approach on it.
Well, that's good to hear, man. That's cool.
Mhm.
And I guess that tells us we need more people, young people in leadership. And maybe when we have Kim Norton on, maybe she'll put together an organization, have young brothers like you, young sisters on maybe a committee or something.
Yeah.
That'd be amazing. That really would be.
Wow.
That'd be.
How about Rochester? You grew up here. A lot of us are transplants. Chicago, Indianapolis. Indianapolis is much better than Chicago.
Ooh. Ooh, y'all hear that? Y'all hear that?
Especially in basketball.
Y'all hear that?
Hey,
Basketball.
they're pretty good this
I don't
year.
remember Indiana having no championships. Man, come on, man.
And they lost Oladipo.
They did. All right. Yeah.
And that's my man, too.
Nah,
man.
yeah.
That was the only reason why I looked at the Indianapolis games, man. I wouldn't even watch the Indianapolis game without him, man.
I guess I stuck my foot in it, didn't
Yeah.
I? Okay, I digress. Growing up in Rochester, how do you like the city, man? I mean, being a young, I'm suspecting you're living here, you want to live here forever, this is your town. How you like it, man?
I'm content with it. I mean, I'm not, like, some people always like, oh, Rochester's boring. I mean, I personally am content with it. I like it. It's home.
That's good.
It's my home. So, the only thing I really don't like is, this winter weather.
Right, everybody has to put up with that.
Right, you have to put up with that. But other than that, it's a really nice community. It's been rated, like, very high.
Oh yeah, it's top notch.
So, why leave that?
Oh, absolutely. So what do young folks get into, man? I'm really putting my age out there right now. But what do y'all get into? Like, because we're interested in making stuff for everybody. What do young folks get into in this town? I can see up in the city, but in this town, what do y'all get into?
So I've actually been living in Burnsville for the past.
See,
6 months.
so you talking crazy.
Yeah, well,
You said
this is your home.
This is my home.
I want to ask that.
This is my home.
This is your home.
I'll say this, but the last 6 months I've just been living up because I had a job, computer job. That I was
Okay.
doing.
Oh,
I was coding up
you
here.
didn't skip town because there's more to do up there.
Yeah, I was just coding.
Would you relocate permanently somewhere else other than Minnesota? That's the Okay, so we back at the barbershop talk with Solomon. It was so good we had to do it again.
Yeah.
Part two, we just had a couple of points that we wanted to get up out of this young brother because it's so important for our Generation Z.
Generation Z.
To know that it's still through adversity, you still can come out with something positive or something of your own, regardless of your background. So I just want you to comment a little bit about yourself and your history and what made you want to, the obstacles that you had to face and that made you want to get your own and understand that you are 19, that you could have chose college. You could have chose the college life to go away to some school in Atlanta with all the women, or LA, you know, California. You had that choice. And why didn't you choose that life, and why did you decide to get your own, and how did you work through those obstacles that you faced coming up as a youth?
Yeah, for sure. So, you know, early in my life, it was pretty tough. You know, my mom's a refugee from South Sudan.
Okay.
My dad's from Miami. He's Haitian, so bit of a mix. But yeah, so all throughout my life, you know, when I was like 4 to up to like 11 years old, I was bouncing through foster care, and so it was always difficult. And I would say, you know, 9 times out of 10, I wouldn't be in this position.
Oh heck yeah, you're right.
You'd
be a statistic.
Right, yeah, I'd be a statistic. But you know, what motivated me though was, you know, actually seeing my parents struggle, seeing my mom who was an alcoholic, you know, struggling with her alcoholism just because, you know, she was at refugee, saw a lot of things.
A lot of trauma.
So seeing that, I was just like, oh, I don't want that. I don't want to repeat that. I don't want to live that life.
Yeah.
So, you know, I always try to make sure I would do good in school. I used to study atlases when I was younger. Just talk about, you know, we used to spell states and, you know, do a whole bunch of stuff just to be, you know, seem very, very smart. So I kind of kept that throughout my elementary and middle school, so all the way to high school years to, you know, do good in school for sure. So, you know, throughout, and then speaking of high school, you know, 9th grade to 11th grade, I would never get a C. That's one thing I told myself. Like, okay, well, I'm not going to get a C. I'm always going to get A's or B's. And so, you know, throughout that, I was just like, okay, well, you're doing good. Mm-hmm. I think it was junior year, senior year, I kind of noticed when I was like, okay, well, I'm not a big fan of school right now. You know, all of this knowledge is kind of going to waste. Yeah. It's just going to books. I remember it for 2 to 3 months, and I forget it. I'm like, oh, man, there's no point in learning. So that's kind of when I started experimenting with the business side of things and learning, you know, what it takes to run the business. And so when the senior year came along, you know, I had that choice to go to Pepperdine University out in Malibu, California.
Ooh.
Where I was like, okay, well, you know, you have choices, you have options, or you can, you know, continue with this business and, you know, continue with your coding and stuff, stuff like that. So
Coding.
Yeah, I code. Computer. Yeah. That's
Code
how I built the app. Yeah.
Is that the deeper stuff?
Just the HTML stuff.
Oh, it's past HTML. It's like databases and PHP, and that's how we built the app for sure. So I built the back end of the app.
That's who we dealing with right now, man. That's who we dealing with right now.
This dude.
Doogie Howser.
Yeah.
Black version.
So I was actually stuck in a rut. I think it was June when I was like, okay, well, I got to make a choice.
Yeah.
I can either go out to Malibu, spend, you know, take out a $40,000 loan, and go to school. I'm like, or I can, you know, program at a, you know, small time or at a small job, and then work on my business on the side.
Fresh out of high school.
Fresh out of high school. So I got my resume out there. I threw it at everybody. It was hiring, and I was fortunate to find a job at GDC. They, you know, firearm seller and manufacturing and stuff like that. And so they accepted me, and so that's kind of how I kind of came to be with like the, you know, the programming and learning, you know, what it takes to run a business. You know, that's kind of, I'm kind of all over the place, but that's.
So what did you identify with? A lot of the kids I work with your age who come from similar backgrounds, bro, their identification is not with a healthy image of what it means to be African or African American. What did you identify with? You said, hey, I want to be a business, I want to get A's, or was it, my history has been so traumatic, I ain't going back there, so I better achieve.
That's exactly the second
really?
the latter part where I was like, I'm not living that life again. My children aren't going to live that life.
Oh,
I'm gonna make sure they're living well, living good. So that's kind of what got me there, to be honest. I wouldn't say it's like a direct role model, because I mean a lot of the role models I see currently are into music, or they were in the NBA, and it was just like, okay, well, you can do that, but at the same time, you got to pave the way for another piece, like the business side, other successful things. So I kind of see myself as, I didn't see the role models, but I didn't want to live that traumatic life.
Right. So that got you over. Okay.
And so now, hopefully, I can be that role model in the future for people.
Right.
Who live that same life, brother. They're looking at it, they're like,
definitely is. You know, this is why we want to talk about it. Again, we need to address this. So, what advice would you give young people that might be listening, that might feel, you know, that school ain't from your story, or whatever, get discouraged and hopeless because they didn't get that job, you know, that first opportunity out of high school, and then they end up getting choices to do the wrong thing. You know what I'm saying? Family members selling drugs, so they want to get into what they know from different family members and friends doing these things. What advice would you give a young audience that might be looking and just might be on the crossroads of finding out which direction they want to go?
I would probably say get rid of that pessimism or that doubt that you might have in your mind. Literally, take it out of your mind, throw it in the trash, and stay ambitious. That's the one thing, a lot of people learn about me. I'm very ambitious, very hopeful.
Right.
When I make a goal, I know I'm going to reach that goal. It's not like, oh, I might reach the goal, or if I can reach the goal. No, I will. I will reach that goal. So I would probably say, to the young folks would be, set a goal, and strive for that goal. And, get rid of that pessimism that you might have of, oh, I might not be able to do it. Oh, I might not be good enough to do it. It's, your mind is a powerful thing. So if you actually believe what you're going to do, then you're going to do it. But if you believe that you're not capable of doing it, you're not going to do it. So that's kind of the advice that I would give.
That's really good.
Would you be willing to, or have you ever spoke to groups of young kids and told them your story, how you become a,
like a juvenile facility or
anything like that?
Group homes.
I haven't, but that's actually something I did set in the future. One of my goals. Right now it's just been super busy, for sure, but that's actually a future goal I have. When I'm big, when I'm big with it, I'll be like, okay, well, now it's time to give back to the community. Now it's time to share my knowledge and make sure you can do it. That you're capable of doing what you set your mind to. So,
well, we, if you're open, there's many organizations, Bud and I work with that may want you to come. I just say a few words. Talk about your business. Talk about your open, because, as you know, a lot of young brothers and young minorities, they'll see successful people like you, and they don't identify with it. That whole quote from the three doctors: "You cannot aspire to be what you cannot see." They don't see you. So think about maybe coming out and talking to people.
Sure. So when your friends put your face to the success.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
People see the app and say, wow, this is the guy. Put your face to it.
Sure, I will. 100%.
Right. Well, there you have it. As you said, think positively. Get those doubts out.
Get that pessimism. Get all that pessimism out.
Get you something to get a plan. Get a plan and stick with it. Work on it.
That's the number one.
I know Steve Harvey said in one of his motivational videos is you should never have a plan B. Never have a plan B.
Ooh, I love that. I love that.
If that plan if that plan A fail, redo plan A. You should never have a plan B. Keep going until you get it out.
Right. Thanks, man. That's a great inspiration for a lot of brothers.
Again,
Part 2, we had to add it in. All right.
Future
Nice to see
King
you.
Solomon.
Thank you for tuning in. Barbershop Talk.